SKC TV is presented by Sprint, the official wireless telecommunications provider of Sporting Kansas City.
Let's take a look at tonight's lineups. Here's your first look, brought to you by Sprint, the official wireless telecommunications provider of Sporting Kansas City. Now, no changes along the back five for Sporting Kansas City. In the midfield, Servando Carrasco in for Paulo Nagamura. Same three players up top with Christian Nemeth, Dom Dwyer, Jacob Peterson. Jake.
Yeah, really no reason to change anything. A, because you can't because of the limited amount of players that Peter Vermes has, but also B, because of the way they played.
To the home team, Seattle, no changes for the Sounders from their 2-0 victory over Vancouver. Defender Chad Marshall was a question mark during the week, and he is the reigning MLS Defender of the Year. He's going to play tonight. Now, Obafemi Martins misses his second straight game. Chad Barrett gets his second straight start after scoring both of the team's goals last week.
Yeah, well, once again, Sporting Kansas City do not go up against a top forward from another team. You just said the reigning defender of the year in Major League Soccer in Chad Marshall, that was their weakness, per se, a lot of the season. And now I just think, they've got it rolling on all cylinders. This is a great team.
Absolutely. All right, well, we'll get more into that. Right now, it's time for the Bud Light Up for Whatever discussion. And earlier this morning, Nate Bukaty had the great opportunity to sit down with head coach Peter Vermes, talk to him about the team's current situation, game tonight. Take a look.
At the end, we're going to give our best effort.
All right, thank you very much, Nate. Taking a look at Jaleel Anibaba right now. First time back here in Seattle, this time in a Sporting Kansas City kit. So the Seattle Sounders fans seeing him in the blue and white this time. Coming up next, Jake and Andy are going to tackle that interview between Nate and Coach Vermes. You're watching SKC TV.
I'm already up to 17th, Andy. I'm coming for you.
Yeah, you're making moves, but I'm not going to relinquish, trust me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we just had a soccer ball come through the set, and he didn't make any moves.
No
moves at all. Welcome back to CenturyLink Field. Kacie McDonnell joined by Jake Yoderich and Andy Greenabaum. We are live from downtown Seattle. Beautiful night. Now, guys, let's just jump right into this. Before the break, you guys saw Nate Bukaty sitting down with Peter Vermes. A lot that they covered in that interview. So, guys, Andy, I'm going to start with you. What do you think about Peter Vermes and his take on all of the new faces who we're seeing right now?
Yeah, I think, when you have young players that are...
Sporting Kansas City face what a lot of people say, arguably the best team in the MLS tonight. What do you think about the matchup, and what do you think about that notion?
Seattle, there's no way around it. I mean...
Andy, former player, you have played here.
I have.
Arguably one of the hardest houses to come into as a visitor.
It is, and I don't remember actually a time where I personally have lost. I've had some good memories.
He had
here,
to drop it. He had to just drop the mic.
I did. But I will say that...
in a matter of minutes, it will be time for kickoff between Sporting Kansas City and Seattle FC here in Seattle, Washington. Very exciting, very ready for the kick. But right now, time to announce our trivia winner, Eric Dayton. He knew that Real Salt Lake, New York Red Bulls, and the Los Angeles Galaxy are the other three teams besides Sporting KC to make the MLS playoffs, and also Seattle. So congratulations, Eric Dayton. You are our first team trivia contest winner. Right now, of course, the time that you've been waiting for. It's time to get up to the voice of Sporting Kansas City, Nate Bukaty. He's up in the booth, and he has your stars to watch for tonight's matchup. Nate.
Kacie, when it comes to the stars to watch tonight, I have to start with Christian Nemeth.
Getting into the Providence injury report right now for Sporting Kansas City. Graham Zusi back, but Roger Espinoza sits out another game over to Seattle. Obafemi Martin misses his second straight game this evening. Now, Andy Greenabaum has joined the voice of Sporting Kansas City, Nate Bukaty, up in the booth. Guys, we're going to get up to you right now. You're going to take us through the lineups a little bit more in depth.
Yeah, Kacie, and it's actually a fairly consistent lineup for both Sporting Kansas City and the Seattle Sounders.
Definitely an intense atmosphere, but Sporting Kansas City right over my shoulder getting hype. We've got a lot of Sporting Kansas City fans here, made the trip to Seattle. Exciting matchup ahead, coming off a great win.
Standing by with one of those candidates for the man of the match, BurgerFi man of the match. Kacie McDonnell, take it away.
Yeah, Matt Beasler joining me right now just said, "Come on, Andy, let's wrap it up." He wanted to get on camera. He wanted his camera time.
Andy,
so
stop talking.
He's
Let's
ready
go.
to go. He's ready to rumble. So I want to say congratulations because, as Nate said, you guys earned that 1 point tonight, and definitely it was a big theme in our pregame show, but definitely a better outcome than we have seen here in Seattle in the past.
Yeah, it was a tough game. I mean, this team's facing a lot right now with injuries and nicks and bruises and the scheduling. There was a lot against us tonight, and the guys stepped up. I mean, we had Naga go down yesterday in training. We had Dom go down in warm-ups. So we're kind of scrambling around before the game. We're not quite sure who's playing, but the guys that got called on tonight stepped up. We'll take the point. We're coming back home for our next home game next Friday.
And beyond that, you've got Seattle coming home the following week. So you guys get to do this again sometime real soon.
Yeah, no, I have a feeling the next time we face Seattle, it's going to look a bit different, the way that we play, the way that we attack, probably our lineup as well. Hopefully we'll get some bodies back. Looking forward to facing those guys again, though.
I've asked you this before, and I'm going to ask you again. What's it like playing with so many new faces, even tonight more so than ever before?
It's difficult on paper, but at the end of the day, I mean, this is what it's about. This is when teams come together. When you maybe don't have all your regular guys, you find out what you're made of. And like I just said, I mean, guys stepped up tonight, especially the young players. So I think there's a lot to be proud of moving forward.
And what about, take me back to, Wednesday, great win at home. What was it like with the time change? And then coming out here for a quick turnaround.
Yeah, it was fast.
Yeah.
It was a quick turnaround. Wednesday night was an emotional night.
Yeah.
We put a lot into that match, physically and mentally. It felt great. I think Thursday we were still probably coming down from the emotional high, and coming here to Seattle. Yeah, it's a 3.5 hour flight.
Yep.
We get in. There's not a whole lot we can do before this match, but rest up, and we'll take the point.
Well, yeah. Well, looking forward to next week coming back at home. Then looking forward to having Seattle back at the house. So congratulations, one of our BurgerFi Men of the Match candidates. Guys, we're going to toss it back to you.
I like your jacket, Andy.
Good evening, Kacie McDonnell, joined by Jake Yoderich, Nate Bukaty. Here in Seattle, Sporting Kansas City getting the 0-0 draw, but they worked hard for that draw.
I think, Kacie, when you factor in the history...
Just goes to show you that everyone is starting to buy in for Sporting KC.
Yeah, that's really what Matt touched on at the end of the game. Sat down with Matt Beasler. And again, coming off the short week, the quick turnaround, he said they were still high from the win on Wednesday, and now arguably another short week back at home.
I think the last time Sporting Kansas City had a win like this, like they did against New England, and then played on short rest on the road, was at Philadelphia, and they lost 4-0 in that game. This team always adapts the personality of Peter Vermees, a guy who never backs down from a challenge, who is at his best when his back is against the wall, and that is the way Sporting Kansas City have played, I think, in each of these last two games.
Yeah.
Totally agreed.
Did not get razzed whatsoever. Well, good 3 points out of first place now with the point that they gained tonight.
Early part of the season, they're for real.
Absolutely. Well, FC Dallas coming to Kansas City next week, Friday night. Pregame starts at 7:30, kick at 8 o'clock. Then the following week, we've got Seattle coming to town. Sporting Kansas City getting the 0-0 draw tonight in Seattle.